This month's Global Stampin' Video Hop is handmade cards with cute critters, and I have decided to use the Nuts About Squirrels stamp set. This is a fantastic stamp set for creating these cute little critters, and it is great because it's two-step stamping. So let me just show you what I mean by two-step stamping. Now I'm going to stamp the main part of my squirrel in Cajun Craze. I think this makes a pretty good red squirrel colour. I'll give it a good press. So because it's a photopolymer stamp, I'm using the sponge matte because there's no sponge on the stamp. And for the outline, I'm going to be using Early Espresso. I have actually fussy cut these out ahead of time, so you don't have to sit here and watch me cut this out. Okay, now I'll have to stand up for this because it's very hard to get things in place looking at them from an angle. And underneath the bright lights. And just making sure I've got the feet and everything in place. There we go. Perfect, and there's my little squirrel. And of course I have already, as I said, cut that out ahead of time. Right, now I have pre-cut quite a bit of items here. So I'm going to show you a couple of things. So I'm starting off with, I'm going to do a slimline card, and this is the slimline card in Early Espresso. And what I did is I actually used the In Good Taste Designer Series paper, and I've used the wood, and then I have used, so I've used a few little bits and pieces, and what I wanted to say was that it's fantastic sometimes to just go through your stash and see how you can use things in different ways. So I've used these slim card dies, and I've used this one in the negative sense. So I've created like a tree type shape with that, with these dies. And I have used the layering circle dies like so and cut that circle out. Last week on a live I did, and I'll put the link in the comments, I showed you how to do, or showed on my live, how to do the smooshing technique. And this was left over from the live. So I have used that to cut out these leaves. There we go. So that was fantastic. And this is using the stitch leaf dies. Now these are great because, for example, you pop that one down and you find the matching inside, and you pop that down at the same time when you cut it out, and you get this fabulous dyed pattern, stitch pattern along the middle of your leaf. So I think that's a fantastic wee extra on these dies. Really love that. Okay, so let's put them to one side. As I say, I've used a few different things, and these ones I've cut out the grass from the New Horizon dies. So that is where that one is from. So let's start putting some of these things together. I did the other squirrel as well. So let me just put that on silent. Pop this up on dimensionals. You'll see I've got a tucker squirrel in there, so I've cut that circle out where I think I'd like the squirrel to be. And I'll just pop a few of these on. Okay, last one. And I'm going to take that up to the top. Yeah. A tree. And then I've got the grass. So I'm just going to glue that on top of there. And this is in my favourite green. Well, actually, no, I like the evening evergreen and the soft succulent as well. But I like this one for grass and bright. Okay, just get that out of there. And I've just cut 3 out. I'm just going to sort of spread them out a little bit. And I think I'm running out of glue on this one. Let me grab another one. Lucky I have everything to hand. Okay, I'm going to glue on there. A little bit fiddly. I'm just trying to put it on the bottom of the trunk. I don't want to put it up on dimensionals as well. Okay, and one more. And then I'll probably just trim the end off. There we go. And just trim that down. And then I am going to pop this little wee guy up on dimensionals. So that's why I didn't want to put the grass on dimensionals as well. It would just be too much. What would we do without these? And one more. Brilliant. Oops. Right, let's get rid of all that. Now this guy, I'm just going to put I'm going to have his tail and his part of his tail. I might have to fold him over a little bit to get him in. There we go. Little tootsies down the bottom there. I'm going to show off his fluffy tail. So I will just pop one in under that. And oops, it's a bit more difficult doing it like this, but didn't want to get him stuck on the way. Beautiful. Okay, now let's pop some of these leaves on. And I love how the smooshing technique make these leaves look so interesting. I'll do that one up a bit higher. Just fiddling around with everything till you're happy with where it is. Of course, the leaves wouldn't be randomly lying all over a tree trunk, but it is using your imagination really. So I'm going to be using a little bit of glue for those. I always like to place things on before I start adhering things down, because even with my gems and things, I like to just double check that it all looks balanced. I will put them on and then I'll press them down harder when I'm happy with everything. I guess we just get all our own little things that we like to do. Okay. So don't forget to hop along and see all the cute other little critters that people are making. I always have fun hopping along too, because I do not know until the release date what other people have created. That's always fun. Okay, there we go. And of course we need a sentiment, which I've already pre-done. I have done this in early espresso and white embossed. So I might actually just right, I'm going to use some linen thread. I absolutely love this thread. Oops. This goes so well with this sort of thing. Okay, so you don't want a big thick piece under there, so what I do sometimes is just do the loops on the back. So I've stuck some Stampin' Seal on the back there, and then I'm just going to loop this a couple of times. Looks a bit fiddly, I know. And I'll do another one, I think. If it doesn't get stuck. There we go. I love how it goes nice and curly. Okay. And excellent. So I'm just going to turn it over. Hopefully my fingers come undone there. And use a bit of tape to adhere that. Right. So make sure it's nice and firm, and then just trim these down a little bit. And lastly, on the outside, I have got the beautiful gems. These are the pebbles. Aren't these just gorgeous? So I'm going to put some of these pebbles down the bottom and make a few rocks. Just really find these so handy for this sort of thing, because the glittery gems wouldn't be quite right, would they? Okay. They really are cute. I'm already on to about my third packet, I think. There we go. And I'll put one over here. A couple over here. They come in 3 colours actually. Just using, there we go. I'll show you the packet. This is the whole packet with the 3 colours. That looks like grey granite and basic grey, no, smoky slate and cinnamon cider, I think. Okay, there we have the front, and I'm just going to stamp, if I can find the inside. So I have got, here it is. They're part of the stamp set are these cute little leaves, so I thought I'd just stamp a couple of those. There we go, that'll do. And I've got some grey granite to, you can do much more than that if you wanted to on yours, but just a little bit of interest. It's a lot of empty space on the slimline card, so it's even so much more suitable then to put something on the inside. I mean, I do normally, but even more so with something like this. Okay, this one, beautiful. You could even do autumn colours if you wanted to, which is what we're coming into. Okay, a little bit of glue. And so here is my super cute critters card. Would love it if you could leave a comment or share with your friends. See you next time. Bye.